Hey, welcome back to Meetings of Maverick. I'm your host Maverick, and today we're going to be watching Shield Hero episode 15. Now, this episode was a little bit late. I was out of the country doing some work, but now I'm back and all is well. Also, I'm aware that my last episode was, I guess, a little bit more controversial to a lot of people, but let me be frank here. If I see something that bugs me or just does not make any sense, I will call it out, and that is not going to change irregardless of any dislikes or name calling or name shouting in the comments or whatnot. I firmly believe that as anime viewers, and especially as fans of a specific work, you're supposed to call out stuff that is not good, and especially in this case, with the responses from some other viewers, I do know now that the light novel was not done in a way, and it was done, and the way that last episode was actually portrayed is honestly disrespectful to the original work, right? So again, if you are a fan, you should also take notice and let the studios know that you do not condone this type of adaptation, this type of lazy adaptation. So that is that. With that said, that is behind us, and hopefully this episode will, bring the series back and, bring the quality back up again in terms of the adaptation. I do hear that this next one is supposed to be more heartfelt, where we really learn about the backstory of Ralphtalia, and so hopefully they do not screw this one up. So, anyways, in last episode, we left on sort of a cliffhanger, right? With Ralphtalia holding the asshole noble at sword point. Is that a word? Sword point? Anyways, I think we can all pretty much agree that she's probably not going to do anything to that noble, much less kill him. Although if she does, I'll say it right here, I will give her a standing ovation. But most probably not. In other news, well, there's no really other news in terms of Shield Hero. Although, I did see something that was kind of funny and interesting to me, and that is a sort of spin-off work, if you will, from the main Shield Hero universe that actually concentrates on Motoyasu, or the Spear Hero. So apparently it's sort of like a reimagining of events of what would have happened if Spear Hero Motoyasu was not tricked by Mine, and instead, well, I wouldn't really say work on the good guy side, but less of an asshole, right? And it's actually quite funny as well. I read a few chapters of the manga, so you guys can go check that out if you want to as well. Although I think it assumes that you've read through the entire story of Shield Hero, so there's potentially going to be some spoilers there. But I just found it hilarious how they managed to retain Motoyasu's very annoying character, but still at the same time turn him onto the side of the good guys, right? So that was interesting to me. But in any case, let's just get into the episode now and see about what Ralphtalia's backstory actually is. So let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Hopefully we'll learn a little bit more about the prejudice towards demi-humans as well. Like, why does the normal human person... Oh, lolly Ralphtalia. And is that her friend? Ah, Rifana. Okay. Okay. Okay, so the waves destroyed their village. One of those demis? Are you sure you want to call her that like that right now? Okay, let me skip this real quick and I'll see you guys in a second. And back. Ralphtalia. Oh, come on, this kind of excuse? Really? Come on. She's not gonna do it, right? I mean... Well, then you at least have to let him see justice. Oh? That's the mana sword, right? But what's that actually going to do to him? Really? That's how he dies? Well, alright. Nah. Okay. Maybe not a standing ovation, but that deserves a clap to Ralphtalia. By the way, I read from other people that Idoru, Asshole Noble, is supposed to be a lot stronger than this, with his skills, abilities, etc., etc. But he's dead, so rip, or maybe not rip. Is she actually going to find anyone down there? Aww. Hmm. Mm. Is now you have no tact, boy. I quite like this BGM. Really? That's what happened. Okay. Oh, so they're part of the shield. I mean, they're part of the church or something. I wonder, does the king actually know about this? That's an interesting question. Or is this really more of like radical sex within the kingdom? Don't tell me she was whipped to death. Okay, so it's not sure if Rifana is actually dead or not. Oh. Yeah. I think okay, so there's actually a lot of demi-humans still there. That's nice. You should probably tell him who you are first. 'The savior of the demi-humans. I still subscribe to the fact that oh, I was gonna say, without actually seeing a character death on screen, I'm not gonna believe they're dead, but are they actually? Holy crap. Now that is actually brutal. I would have really thought that she would still be alive, considering the opening. Yeah, at least you saved some people, Ralphtalia. Come on, no you didn't.
じゃない。ラフタリア。私に直文様のそばにいる資格なんてないんです。お前は間違ってない。俺はお前と出会ってなければ誰も信じられずにこの世界から逃げ出してた。
うん。
あの時お前が信じてくれたから俺はここにいるんだ。フィーロやメルティにも会えた。そうだよ、間違ってなんかないよ。だってあんなにちっちゃかったラフタリアちゃんが盾の勇者様と出会ってこんなにかっこよくなって俺たちを助けに来てくれたんだから。見ろ、あの子たちはお前が
Yeah, you did good, Ralphtalia.
もう泣くな。盾の勇者様に会えたんだからリファナちゃんもきっと喜んでるよ。これからは俺たちが守っていくんだ。もうお前やこの子のような思いは誰にもさせない。だから一緒に戦ってきたんだろ。盾の勇者の俺と。
Aww. So, say her goodbyes.
羨ましいでしょ。あ、ひどい。ずっと見守ってるから。いつかあの旗のある村に帰ろうね。
Hmm.
リファナちゃん、絶対にあの日見た旗を取り戻すからね。直文様と一緒に。
Okay. And what's actually?
お前を取り戻そうとアジンたちが暴動を起こしてるんだ。早く行って無事を知らせてやれ。はい。
Nope.
なんだ。ご主人様、あそこ。
What? No, so he's not dead yet?
来てたのか。
偉大なる神よ、我に悪魔を成敗する力を。
まさかあれは。どうした。あの石碑は過去の勇者様が魔物を封じるために建てたもの。まさかその封印を解こう。
So we're gonna die, everybody's gonna die? Alright.
封じられし獣よ、盾の悪魔に神の裁きを。
Ho ho ho. Come on, eat him. Eat him. Ah, I mean, I guess a stomp would be nice, but that would have been so great if you would just eat him. Ah. Oh, now this was a great episode. Okay, I liked it. I'll see you guys after the ending. And so that was the backstory of Ralphtalia. I'm sorry if I didn't actually say much throughout the episode, but you know, in scenes such as these, which are really more emotional, personally I feel it's best to just shut up and watch the scene. So, not really good for making reactions, I guess, but I mean, overall, I did enjoy this episode. Though using enjoy is, I guess, kind of a weird way to describe it, but I mean, in context of it being an anime, I definitely feel like compared to the last episode, which was a mess, this one was one where, you know, it didn't really do anything, try to change anything, right? It let the event speak for itself. The event itself is heartbreaking, is emotional. just let it do its thing, right? And maybe add some visuals, some music to enhance the effect, which I do feel like they did pretty well. The music throughout was pretty good and at appropriate timings, and you know, the visuals, right? Like personally, I was shocked that they actually showed Rifana's skeleton there, because as I was saying within the episode, right, I definitely subscribe to Anime Logic 101, which is if you don't see a character's death on screen, that character is probably still alive or could still be alive, right? In this case, I was like, maybe they actually didn't show her death yet. Maybe she was transported to another place. Maybe she, maybe, you know, she's still alive. Things like that. I definitely did not expect them to reveal her death, and more than that, reveal it in such a shocking manner, right? Actually showing her skeleton there and still holding that flag as well. Like, that was a powerful scene. That was, I guess that was great and not great at the same time, if you guys know what I mean. Definitely a impactful scene there. You know, it really drives home more the point where how much of a, you know, how much deserving of death that asshole noble Idoru has, right? You know, I mean, I'm sure most of us wanted him dead already. Like, I was internally yelling at Ralphtalia to just kill him and be done with it already. I guess, yeah, sure, in the end, you know, we have to let the justice system do whatever it is or whatnot, but at the same time, this is kind of more of a medieval setting, right? So there's nothing wrong with taking matters into their own hands. Or I mean, Melty's there. She's royalty. She's the law. Just describe his crimes and sentence him to death right then and there. Although I guess if they are a constitutional monarchy, maybe they can't do that. But still. Personally, I was actually kind of disappointed that in the end, the way that Idoru died, if he is dead, was being stomped by that T-Rex looking monster, right? I would have much preferred if that monster just chomped him in half, you know, Jurassic Park style, right? Like, while he's gloating and then just bite down, whop! And then, you know, maybe even show half his body or something dropping, or the silhouette of it dropping to the ground, and then so we can actually confirm his death. As it stands right now, I'm actually wondering if Idoru might still be alive, even though he was stomped by the monster. Like, they didn't actually show his death, remember? So maybe, you know, he's going to pop up again after our heroes eventually defeat the monster, right? That is also possible as well. So definitely, I feel it would have been much more satisfying if he could have been bitten to death right there. And so really, there's not that much to talk about within this episode. It's just, you know, just that hopefully Raphtalia's backstory has now been, she's finally free of her past. It does kind of, you know, it's kind of fate, I guess you could say. You know, the shield hero Naofumi and Raphtalia, they really do need each other. These two are people with, you know, nobody else in the world, and so they only have each other. Of course, now that they have each other, they've also expanded their world a little bit more, but it is kind of poetic that these two met and they were the first to start on this journey. So that is that. I guess the only real question I have in my mind is how exactly are they going to, you know, explain this whole demi-human situation, right? Especially in regards with the king, who has already, you know, expressed that his reason of having hatred towards the demi-humans is a personal matter, right? And something actually related with his family. So there's, it's maybe not quite as clear-cut, you know, black and white in this regard. Of course, there's always the innocence, you know, like Raphtalia, like Rafina, who are dragged down within these disputes. But you know, I'm definitely still curious as to how they're going to show the king's story. And I actually, you know what? I actually still have this sneaking suspicion that maybe the actions that were done here was more of a private doing and not really sanctioned by the royalty. Like, does the king actually know of this kind of thing, and does he actually approve of these kind of things? I don't know. I feel like that's still ambiguous for me, and I'm going to choose to let it continue to be ambiguous, and this is more of a radical operation by, I guess maybe within the church this would be considered a radical, radical extremist, right? Or is it actually a matter of the entire Free Heroes Church being this kind of following this kind of philosophy or this kind of teaching? I guess that remains to be seen. But if that is, boy, that is one extremist religious group, right? So yeah, not much else to talk about this episode. Again, enjoyed it. Definitely treat to watch compared to the last one. And yeah, hopefully next episode, all the sadness is finished and we can continue to go on with our story as well. So that's it for this episode. This has been Maverick, and I'll see you guys next time. So until then, bye bye.